happened?
I hate this when I click off of Premiere for too long. It just fucks up. It just does not respond. Okay, well that fixes itself. Oop, let me not spill this drink. Oh, there's nothing in it but ice. Hey guys, so we're gonna do a podcast today. So let me take this green screen down. I don't mean to have this up. So yeah, funny story. Actually, like I usually use a stand for my green screen, but I found that laying on my bed is easier instead of having to take the stand out. And when I had it hanging on the stand, it would sort of like tilt around. So when it's just leaned against my bed, it doesn't do that. Which is useful.
Let's see.
So yeah, today we were in Hangouts. This is my first time being in Hangouts. I tried to get it to do like because I thought the Hangouts, which I don't know, maybe somebody in the stream knows. I tried to make it do the Hangouts thing where like, because I see when other people are in Hangouts, where like when someone talks, then it moves to their camera and then vice versa. But for some reason, it would never move to my camera for some reason. I don't know why.
It's broken.
Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I don't know. So.
Oh, I forgot. I'm live streaming. Hey guys, I forgot to turn on the chat. So, what's up, Vision? What's going on, man?
There you go.
Yeah, well, he's taking time to break down the green screen. What's up, Tropical? What's going on, man?
But yeah, so I figure as I use this more, I'll figure it out. Let's see.
Sensei Weeb, what's going on, guys? I can actually see these pop up in the chat too. All right, so whenever we ready to get started. Oh my God, my hair. Oh, welcome to season 2, guys. Yeah. We made it to season 2,
yeah,
bitch.
So, I don't remember all of our plugs and shit we usually do at the beginning of a podcast, but
okay. Well,
I have still been paying that monthly Podbean subscription for that server, so all the other episodes are still on there on Podbean. So
yeah, those you guys can go and catch that.
Yeah, which means they're still on iTunes as well. So
okay, so there's iTunes, there's Podbean,
and Podbean, where our podcast will be uploaded. So I'm streaming right now on my main channel, and when this stream is over, I will publish the video version probably tomorrow morning or something along those lines.
There you go.
On the Heavenly Kings channel, and then I'll probably just make a creator post to link people to that.
Right.
And I'll link the audio versions. So yeah, so if you guys want to listen to the audio only version on your phone, then I would, if you're on Apple, you could just search Heavenly Podcast on iTunes or get the I think you have to get a Podbean app or something like that for the Androids.
Yeah, you can get it in the Google Play Store. That's where you can get it from. So if you're on Android, Google Play Store, that's where you go. You can find the podcast there. You can listen to, how many episodes do we have? 70, 80 episodes of the podcast? Yeah, we have more episodes than some really big podcasts
it's like
out there.
70 something. Yeah, some of the podcasts were like I think the longest, I don't think we've ever gone to like 3 hours, maybe like one time, but most of them are like. But yeah, some of them get it kind of long. I'm not trying to be here too long, just because like I was telling Jay, I want to do other stuff too. I have to actually finish editing this video.
He just wants to go and play Monster Hunter. That's all.
So yeah, and then I wanted to stream that earlier, but you know how it goes. You plan to do a bunch of stuff in a day. And then certain things just take longer than normal, and you procrastinate. Yeah, so I put out my Dragon Ball Super live reaction, so I got that done.
All right. So before we go any further, I want to let people know that today's podcast is sponsored by DollarShaveClub.com. We got a sponsor finally. That's actually something I want. That's actually something I wanted to ask you about.
That's actually something that probably actually be easier in the future to do, which actually, well, then I don't know, because like when I was talking to the people who were doing for the Dollar Shave Club sponsorship, one of the things that they said was that like, and I don't know if this just means for the sponsor integration itself or for the entire video, that they're saying like, I mean, obviously, I don't think there's anything wrong with me cursing, but like I sometimes get excessive with it. So
no, I was listening to the Guys We Fuck podcast today, and I was also listening to obviously there's Brilliant Idiots too, and their shit doesn't even. You know, it doesn't matter how much cursing is in there, so I don't think it matters.
So yeah, I mean, they were saying like, okay, we're not saying like, because I mean, in fact, the thing that I'm promoting in my video is called the shit shower shave starter pack. That's
exactly.
All I'm supposed to say. So you know, but I don't think they're adverse to it entirely, but I don't know. I'll probably just we'll see what happens, but and like even in the video that I recorded to accommodate it, like I try to tone it down, but I still just naturally sometimes I just say oh shit and I can't hold it back. But I
I
don't
mean,
think that should be
I
too
think
big.
I think it's okay when the title of it is shit, shower, and shave. So that's the name of the whole package. So, you know.
So I'm trying to edit that as we talk, but let me see. I don't want like you guys to hear a bunch of random sounds, so I'm gonna see like that. I'm pretty sure there's like a setting where I can output, because like I was telling you, I had the Discord audio separate from the my computer. Everything else is audio.
Yeah, because when
OBS, but
you're
now we're on
professional.
Google, that's
hey, Jacob with the
different.
$5 dono. Thank you. Glad you love the podcast, bro. Yeah, we're gonna try and do it a lot more often.
I don't have the super chats on this.
Yeah, he doesn't have his
this
super chats
scene.
turned on, so let's not.
No, they're turned on, but like if someone donated to me, I didn't get it. No notifications would have displayed.
Oh,
so
somebody
I'll
donated
find
to
that.
me personally. Fuck you, by the way. So, fuck you. You got money. Nobody needs to support you. Anyway, so
No,
before
I don't. I mean, I don't want someone to donate and then I don't see it and then they feel like, oh man, I donated for nothing. In fact, let me check right now, and just in case, let me check.
Well, he does that. So I do want to plug, guys. I have been gone from YouTube for a while due to depression, anxiety, and I was doing some crazy shit. So this is the first podcast of 2018. So I'm glad you guys got a chance to make it out to this bitch. Okay, and I do want to let you guys know that I have started, for me personally, I have started doing this daily live show that takes place every single day, Monday through
Look at my
Friday.
nappies. What are you talking about?
Not mine. This is a fresh ass haircut, nigga. So I started a live stream show every single day, Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That would make it 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time for all of you niggas on the East Coast who don't understand how time zones work, which is actually quite a few of you. I'm very surprised. Very, very, very surprised. But yeah, so it's called Canon Culture. So you guys can go and check that out. If you guys do not have the link to my channel, it's youtube.com/JustJaySama. There's also going to be a SoundCloud version. There's going to be an iTunes and a Spotify version as soon as I can get that set up. So, you know, but so you know, you guys can check that out. And then I haven't put up that Dragon Ball Fighters video I got asked to put up, so that'll be coming out this week. I got a couple of things that you guys will enjoy. Also, if you want to submit topics either to this podcast, the next podcast, or to the Canon Culture Cast, you guys can do that in either Heavenly's Discord or my Discord, which you can find all of those links down in the description. So I'm stalling for time because I don't know if this nigga has finished his audio setup
Cable
yet.
output. Oh yeah, no, I was just waiting for you to finish.
Oh, okay, cool.
I think that, which I mean, I don't know if you plan on talking about anything specific, but I honestly feel like one of the first things that we have to acknowledge, especially, and I even use the same thumbnail from that stream because I find it so funny how we were talking about. So Jay wanted me to out him. I thought that he wanted to be anonymous, but Jay was the one who found the deepfake stuff. Jay was the one who found the deepfake stuff before anybody did, but I didn't credit him.
I'm a founder. I'm a deepfake founder, actually.
Because Jay has for a while has been an undercover connoisseur in the culture, and so but Jay wanted a credit. You said you can't hear Jay.
Oh wow! So I did
Really?
that entire
That
plug.
doesn't sound right.
That's crazy. Is anybody else saying that over there in that chat that you can't?
Oh, I had to get my bad. Yeah, so nobody heard any of your plugging. So.
Wow, that's mad disrespectful. That's mad disrespectful, B.
That's all right. That's all right. You got the practice round out, and nobody had to hear you fuck up, so you can do it perfectly now.
Everybody in my stream heard me.
Oh, well then, okay. Well then, you did it to the people that matter.
I mean, not really. Anyway, so let me just breeze right through it. I want to let you guys know. Head over to my channel, youtube.com/JustJaySama. Every single day this week, Monday through Friday. Actually, from now until I get a new job, every single day at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for all you niggas that don't know how time zones work. And it's a new show I've started. It's called Canon Culture. So you guys can check that out if you guys want. You can submit topics, you can submit videos, all sorts of crazy shit. And it's basically just some real nigga talk every single day. So you guys can get really, you know, you can get some value out of that, all right? And so we're going to be talking about things that kind of enhance the culture, things, what exactly is the culture. So, you know, if you guys have ever been interested in some more deep thoughts and shit like that, I got you guys. So every single day, youtube.com/JustJaySama. We're going to have a iTunes, a SoundCloud, and hopefully, if I can get it working, Spotify version. So you guys can check that out. So
Listen, Michael, you hate when people plug. It's one thing when you're plugging on your own shit. Like it's like you're not somewhere else just randomly plugging. Like it's like it's like saying like, oh man.
Ooh, thank you guys for the subs.
I hate when comedians tell jokes at their own stand-up because show. Like what did you come for? Like
I'm confused. I'm confused, Mike. Do you go to the movie theater and then you get upset that there's popcorn being sold there?
Oh man, I hate.
Like, do you get mad that you would have shown? I came here to see a movie, not eat snacks. What is this? What is all this concessions, nigga? Nah, I don't fuck with concessions. I can't do it. I absolutely cannot do it.
For this movie and that these trailers are what allows it to exist. I want this for free. Fuck that noise.
Yeah. No, that's not how that works. And thank you guys for the subs. I do see them. They are popping up on the screen. So thank you guys. I greatly appreciate that. Yeah, you know what, man? When it comes to stupid people saying shit like that, it just doesn't even. I'm not even surprised. That's like some people would be like, "Oh, so what time is? You know, I'm from Florida. What time is 2 p.m. your time? What time is that here?" It's just like, I don't know. It's never a clock.
Okay, before you get into what you were gonna say, Jay. So yeah, so Jay was, and for those of you guys who were in that stream, you'll remember, but like. Jay was like, oh yeah, so they can just put the celebrities on porn stars' faces now. And I was just like, what? This is the second coming of Jesus. This is the most amazing thing that was ever invented. And I was freaking out, and Jay was hitting me up with all his links, and then I remember when I accidentally clicked on the link and it popped up on
stream. Oh yeah, that was a great stream. That was great. I love that stream.
And people were like screenshotting that shit, like heavily. They sent me on Twitter.
Heavily exposed. What's up, Jono? What's going on, man? Yeah, that shit was hilarious.
I was in one of Etika's sponsor streams, and like he did that one time where he was on Twitter. He's like, "Look, guys, I can show you some explicit shit." Because I'm like, I don't know, man. You better be careful because like they're like even though they're sponsored streams, like they're unlisted, but like if he posted them on Twitter, and then the people on Twitter have the links go to it. So it's like you can still get flagged, but. I don't know. I feel like live streaming, like how I live stream the live reactions of Dragon Ball Super, you can get away with a lot of stuff in live streams, as long as you delete them afterwards.
Shit, that's what I'd be doing.
You can't get away with, but
every time a company tries to copyright me, I'd be like, "Bitch, what? Delete! I ain't got no time for this."
The one time where I've seen which like, and I was talking to Arrow about this the other day about how like people will stream like entire like seasons of shows on YouTube sometimes, but, like,
and they never stop. Like somebody was streaming Courage the Cowardly Dog yesterday on this cartoon channel that I follow. They literally streamed every episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog, and I was just like, "Yo, this is the type of shit that I need." And then I think one guy, he was streaming Samurai Jack for like 6 or 7 hours or whatever. And dude, I mean, I like people that do that, and then just they're doing it for great reasons. I really appreciate a lot of those people doing that. I just realized that my background is black and my shirt is black. I hope people don't get confused that I'm just a floating head. So, but yeah, I got one of the first things I do want to address about the deepfakes thing.
Oh, is your camera just on in your stream? Because that's not on mine.
Yeah, because I don't have two things. I don't have 2 cameras.
I mean, I'm only using one. I just have OBS.
That is a spider on my wall? Hold on.
Wait, Jay, I just have OBS with like window capturing my Hangout thing. What are you using?
Hold on. Oh. Yeah. Hey. Hold on. I'm actually. Why was? That's the
new Twitch guidelines. No. What are the new Twitch guidelines? No deepfakes allowed. Since Reddit like to change their rules on the spot.
Think they slick. YouTube niggas think they slick. Okay, hold on. Let me try to swap that out real quick because I don't think it'll let me. I don't think it'll let me do both. I'd have to close OBS. So, and I'm not trying
donate
to
donate to his Patreon. Yeah, I agree. Whoever said that, they went
exactly. Donate to my Patreon. Yes, you can find links to those in the description. But no. Anyway, going back to the deepfake stuff. That has been a community that I've been a part of for a very, very long time. It started off with a lot of Photoshop stuff, as you know, so a lot of the Photoshop creation. So some of you guys, if you have seen your favorite celebrities naked online, that was not me. That was somebody that looks like me, who sounds like me. Okay, that wasn't directly me, but they were donated to my downloads folder. So I just found them online.
No more
and they
thought
ended
Twitch
up there.
streamers. I don't know.
I think that's a little too much. We'll get into that in a second. But yeah, the deepfake stuff. It was pretty cool at first. I liked it because it was really just a community of people who were just like, oh, creating this really cool algorithm. Yeah, very, very small amount of people, and really a lot of the people who really were like actual creators. It was probably only like 4 or 5 guys at the time, and they were developing the algorithm for Snapchat and Instagram. So like they had a face swapping feature on
filters,
there.
Like I remember I seen one where they like had like Drake's face and you could put it on. Like you guys have seen already, like you know how Snapchat has those filters. You could put someone else's face on you. It's basically kind of like that technology, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. So anytime it's those type of algorithms that basically takes somebody's face and then like matches up the pinpoints and just puts it on yours. So
don't blame deepfakes, blame Snapchat. They started it.
No, blame Philip DeFranco. Okay, that's wait, we haven't gotten to that part. We haven't gotten to that part yet, but
that the community, like you said, was small. Like even the Discords were like, I would look in the deepfakes Discord and I would like see that some conversation that you had because like there's so little interaction on there.
It's just not a whole lot of people. And then so of course after it blew up, it was just like
50 people in that server. So there wasn't a lot of us. So I mean, the only reason I even knew about this is obviously because Jay told me, but like there wasn't a lot of people. Like even when you go into the subreddit, there weren't very like the updates were very inconsistent. Like they were very, like that's in fact I was so blown away when Phil talked about deepfakes. I'm like, wait, who told him? How did he find out?
Yeah,
about this? So
exactly.
Fast. What the fuck? Because there wasn't a lot of us or anything. Okay, hey, thanks Jay. Jay the gamer. I'm gonna move this wait, no, that's not what I meant to move. I'm gonna move this donation thing.
There you go.
The screen.
You know what? It was a situation I felt was not necessary for him to report on because he's really a primary source to making it bigger because there was a lot of like these really, really small, insignificant news outlets and stuff like that were just really trying to like put as much information out as possible, but at least they were doing a good job. You know, they were like citing their sources and stuff like that. Philip DeFranco basically did a big ass botch piece where he was just like, nah, this shit's not okay. You know, this is a violation of people's privacy and stuff like that. I'm just like, you mean to tell me that these Photoshop ones have existed for years now, literally like probably 8-9 years now, and it's just now an issue
like,
because
there was a bunch of like subreddit the deepfakes. In fact, I even remember when the deepfakes Reddit, they made a post about Philip DeFranco's video, like, oh, this Reddit subreddit's about to get a lot of attention, which if only they knew that it meant having it taken down. But like the fact that, and I talked about this in my deepfakes video, that Reddit made new rules to take it down because it didn't actually violate any, and so they try to move to like celeb fakes, which was another subreddit that was
which I don't understand.
For a long time.
Yeah, that has been up. There's actually several of those that were taken down, which I was very, very upset by because
so they just went on a witch hunt for all of these different.
And it's like, how are you gonna change the rules while we're playing the game? What the fuck? Right, I don't understand. Like, I could understand if it was some type of violation or whatever that already existed, and it was like, yo, we gotta shut this whole thread down.
Notice, like, you're like, okay, there's gonna be some changes to the stuff, and like maybe give them the opportunity to make adjustments. Nah, they didn't even give you warning. They just they probably. I wouldn't be surprised if they deleted the subreddit and then changed the rules right afterwards. Like,
yeah, it's just, and that didn't really seem like it was okay with me. I mean, it's just a big fucking. It's stupid because it would have just blown over like one of those dark internet secrets. Like if you really wanted to find all of the information on the Illuminati, you could do that. You could sit here and you could Google for hours, right? If you wanted to find naked pictures of your favorite fucking celebrities, you could literally Google for 5 seconds and find it. So I'm just like, all right, well that's pictures, and of course video gets a little deep, but there was videos that already existed long before. I mean, really, and I think you made a case for it in your video where one of the top porn stars on Pornhub is Kim Kardashian, but she's not a porn star. Like,
Pornhub
what?
doesn't seem to care about that. Like, they clearly glorify celebrities' videos being uploaded to their site. Now they're pretending like, so that's why, okay, it's one thing, like, like when Philip DeFranco was like, oh, yeah, or not even just Philip DeFranco, like, even there was like a Twitter moment about it. And of course, you know, Twitter is obviously biased. They only show the tweets of people praising the move, nobody who's in opposition to it. We're like, oh man, who would have thought Pornhub would have taken the high road and the moral ground? I'm like, okay. It's one thing to say that Pornhub deleted the deepfakes videos because they just don't want to take that flack. But to say that they did it on some moral stance is so bullshit. Like, that's definitely not the case. Because yeah, they have celebrated. They have a bunch of revenge porn on their site and all that stuff. So hold on, let me see what this super chat.
And then of all people for Giphy Cat to decide that they want to have morals and be the righteous one. These niggas literally have murder videos on their site. Like, of people getting fucking beheaded, shot in the face, shit like that. That shit is perfectly fine. Oh, and by the way, yes, deepfakes has been deleted off of Reddit, but you know what it still exists? Is there's several different editions of abortion porn on there. Like abortion gore porn where they're literally ripping fetuses out of vaginas. That's still okay. That's still up there. Okay, yeah, sure. That's all right. But deepfakes are the one hurting people. Okay, all right. And then once I visited that Reddit, I cringed so fucking hard because there was one where this guy literally in his hand, it looked like a little fucking alien and it was a human. And I'm like, this is allowed to be on the fucking internet, but I can't look at naked videos of one of my favorite celebrities? Like, what?
Like, okay, and then someone made the argument, and someone made the argument in my comments are like, oh, Heavenly, how would you feel if somebody made some gay deepfakes of you? Then you wouldn't be supporting it. Now, okay, I have a few things to say about that. The first thing, first of all, for you to not support deepfakes, so to rebel against it, you learn the algorithm and then you go through all that effort to make a deepfakes for me. I'm flattered. If you want to make some gay deepfakes of me, you go right ahead. You start right now. Don't send that shit to me because I don't need to see it. I won't open it. But I will be flattered that you put through that much effort to learn that algorithm, which is not easy to learn. It takes hours to learn. And it takes hours to just create and to get my face and do all of that. If that's what you want to do, that's on you, bro. Congratulations. And I'm flattered that you went through all that effort for me. But because here's the reason why deepfakes exist. People are making deepfakes to, oh, I'm trying to get revenge on my girlfriend. I'm trying to get back on this celebrity I don't like. People, and I mentioned this in my deepfakes video too. The strongest motivator to do things is your penis. People are motivated by their dicks. That's why they're so aggressive to get this stuff done. But for someone to just do it for a joke, now maybe when this becomes more mainstream, which it will, by the way, when this becomes more popular, more people know how to do it, maybe we should see more shit of that. But as of right now, like, and then well, I'll say the same argument that I say about someone who is like, well, if some celebrity doesn't want to see themselves in that, is that, well, you know, it's not you, like, and most of the time when you see like for example, like this is how you, and Jay, you'll be able to test to this too. This is how you identify when there's fake Photoshop porn. Like it's pretty, first of all, I feel like no matter how well you grasp somebody else's face onto someone else, it's still pretty obvious that it's fake.
It usually is. I mean, some stuff is pretty close though. Some stuff is pretty fucking close.
That is true. That is true. Especially some of the deepfake stuff. But let's say you get like super detailed and it's super good. If you want to get all scientific, you could be like, well, I got a mole on my titty right there, and that person clearly doesn't have it, so that's not me. You know, you could do stuff like that. But like, I feel like
bullshit. We use deepfakes to Photoshop your mole off. Yep, that's what it was.
Yeah,
that's you're a fucking liar.
Here's another thing too. If the way that I see it, and I mentioned this in my video as well, I know there's a lot of reiteration, but I know some people might not have seen this during the stream. Like I was talking about how somebody would be, and like let's say somebody committed a crime and it was caught on tape and they're in trial, and then they're like, what do you have to say about this footage? And then you could just blame it on deepfakes. If it's like, oh well, if there's technology that can put my face on somebody else, that's what I'm going to blame this on. That's what I see it as. I see it as plausible deniability for anybody's sex tape who ever gets leaked. They can now just say that that's not them because there's technology that can create this. So now, next time a celebrity's sex tape gets leaked, they can just say that it was deepfakes, and they don't have to care about it. And then the other thing, let's say I'm on the same side of the people who disagree and don't think that this is something that should exist. It exists. It's not going anywhere. So you might as well just commit to it. You might as well just participate. Like I said, it's best to just participate and regulate it than to try to suppress it. And it's the same thing that I said about the Overwatch porn. You know, that they tried to suppress that shit, and it just motivated people to do more. And same with the deepfakes thing. Now there's more mainstream. We're just going to see more of it as well. And like, now do what Kim Kardashian did. Kim Kardashian cashed in on her sex tape.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, and yeah. I think what's very interesting is the kind of, hey, Jacob with the $5 pledge. Thank you via Patreon. I didn't know you could do that on Twitch. That's weird. There was not just that, but like I think it also, and this is kind of a transition, I think it's also very interesting how you have to have a somewhat powerful rig to actually do it, and not just any type of rig. You have to have specifically NVIDIA cards. And it's so interesting because you can kind of triple threat. Yeah, you can kind of triple threat with that. Like the bar is set so high for you to even make this. It's like for you to have spent that much money, you were already planning to do some dope shit with your computer. Number one. Number two, it also doubles as a VR machine. So if you have something that's, you know, you're running like a 1080 Ti or something, then you can do VR, and that you can sell your rig for shit tons more money now that Bitcoin miners have jacked up the price on graphics cards, which is actually another thing that you can get into. Yeah,
graphics cards even expensive as well.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's not like you can just have just one, because those things are fucking expensive. So if you were somebody who bought yours at $400, you could sell that shit for $2,000 right now, my boy. Like you were just fucking good. So it's kind of one of those things where, because those other doors are open, I don't think we're gonna have to worry too much about that many deepfakes being out there, because it's just like, it's a small niche community that really, they just wanted to see Emma Watson and a few other girls suck some dick, bro. That's it. I mean, everybody was kind of keeping it to themselves like until the snitches get in there.
More popular, I feel like even with this being more popular, Jay, I still feel like we won't really get that much, because like, I mean, people there used to be you surprised, like, it was something that I discovered, especially as a YouTuber, that something that just comes in tandem with being a successful YouTuber is you just like, because I didn't in my wildest dreams would have thought that like I would care to take the time to learn Photoshop, you know. And now, like, and even still, like, I only learn a new thing in Photoshop when I absolutely have to, but I still am kind of like, I'm not trying to spend a bunch of time in Photoshop. But I've started to learn that most people, like, especially you have YouTubers who have hundreds of thousands of subs, and they suck at thumbnails, they suck at Photoshop, they just can't render things, or just they just can't use Photoshop. So
just basic fucking things that you think a YouTuber would fucking know.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. So you would think that if you're a YouTuber and you're making that much money off of your channel, you would be motivated to maybe make your stuff look better and, you know, learn Photoshop and learn all these acquired extra skills, but they don't. But nope. So if money isn't a strong enough motivator to get somebody to do this stuff, then that's why I say the only reason this even exists is because people are motivated by their penises. So if anything, you should be grateful to the deepfakes people, because the reason this technology exists and can be implemented into other stuff is because they were horny to fap to some celebrities doing their sex shit. So now we can maybe even like, and I was thinking about this, Jay. Maybe I'll make a separate video where I even go into detail about this. That you can imagine like people are talking about like their CG, if you're able to CG video game characters onto people. Imagine CGing your face into a video game. You go that Mass Effect Commander Shepard and it's your fucking face. Can you imagine that shit?
I can't imagine it. I can't imagine it because such a thing has already happened. 2 or 3 years ago, one of the NBA 2K games came out, and it was for the Xbox, and they had you take a picture. That was iffy, though. Yeah, they had you take a picture, and then what they would do with the picture is they would try and morph your character's face to look like you. I mean, most of the time it came out really, really fucked up, but still, the technology was there.
But then what they would kind of do is sort of emulate your face. But with if the deepfake technology was integrated into a video game, it would actually be your face. It would be like, you know, all your facial expressions and stuff.
Let me Google who that is.
So that would actually, especially with the early stage, that would be kind of creepy, to be honest. But that would be pretty dope.
I just want, and it's another. What's also really cool is I saw an article where they used some of the deepfake stuff in order to put Carrie Fisher into the last Star Wars movie better than
Rogue One.
Better than Rogue One did. And I'm like, yo, that's fucking dope.
Mustache. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that too. That was a legit it didn't
CG
look like
Henry Cavill's mustache better than Warner Bros. And Zack Snyder.
You spent $200 million to not have this man's mustache removed properly. Like, it's literally like they just
some guy did this shit in his basement for free. Like,
exactly. That difference right there is really, like, we shouldn't be shutting this technology down. We should really just be like pushing it forward. Like, what else can you do with it? So, you know.
Yeah, because I think that a lot of people are, when deepfakes is sort of in this negative light, and when people think about the technology, they don't think about it being abused and used in the wrong way. But I think that you can look past that and see the benefits that it can provide. And I think that was one of the main points, which I feel like I kind of need to make a second video to sort of elaborate more. I feel like that was what I was trying to get across in my video, is that the technology exists and we have to just embrace it and think about what we can do with it. And I also, another thing that I pointed out, which I feel like might have overshadowed the message a little bit, which, you know, is fine because that's what I do all the time. But I mean, I think that you'd be very
she's a dude.
Well, you'd just be lying if you were to say, oh, well, there's porn of deepfakes. I'm not going to participate in that. No, that's shame. No, like, and one of the examples that I used was the whole fappening thing, where like, you know, everybody was talking about, oh yeah, that's bad, but then everybody watched it, like, you know, so.
Yeah,
and I mean, even like when someone's sex tape gets leaked, like everybody watches it. Like,
oh, of course, everybody and their mom and their dad.
Yeah, so.
And that creepy uncle who's usually touching you a little bit too much at Thanksgiving. Him too. Yeah, even he's seen it.
So to say that you don't participate would be lying, and to expect someone to not participate is a very.
And even if you did, what type of difference are you trying to make by not watching? I'm just saying, like, yeah, what type of white knight shit are you trying to do?
Everyone else is gonna keep watching while you.
I'll watch twice as much just for you, just because you won't look.
Yeah, so, while you do your one-man protest. You can have fun with that.
Exactly. Have fun with that. So, but you know, I think it's a community that needs to be embraced, and I'm very upset to see Philip DeFranco do this because I like this guy. I really did. Now everything out of his mouth is just like,
I really did.
What community are you destroying today, Phil? Just let me know. What community are you destroying?
But no, I mean, and I stick by this interpretation, Jay. The way I see it is that in his by him talking about it, it's more popular now, and now we're going to get more deep fakes than we did before. You know, it's like I said, it's gonna sort of right now it's gonna be suppressed a little bit by all the media attention, but then eventually that's gonna die off, and then the dust will settle, and then it'll return like a phoenix from the ashes, and then we're gonna get more an alternative what's the word? An alternative route to access the deepfakes technology. Like, I mean, right now we have that other subreddit that's not on Reddit. I forgot what that site was called, but so right now we have that, and I mean, I don't know. I feel like most websites aren't like Reddit in that they'll change their rules to delete something. So
at least not on a fucking whim like that. Like, it's just,
yeah.
I don't know, man.
And I found really a few other websites where like there's databases of it. Like, so, you know, because like I was saying, like even if you try to look up deepfakes right now, it's kind of difficult because what ends up actually showing up is all of the news articles covering it,
and then Philip DeFranco's video on it.
Yeah.
So.
But like, I mean, if you search hard enough, like I just found another one. Okay, this time it won't show up on stream. I had to double check that before I start clicking on it. Though.
Woo!
No, you don't want that.
That was close. Your channel about to be fucked, my friend. So.
Oh, this is Emma Watson.
I think the only way to really
wow.
I think the only real way.
This was in 60 frames. Hold on, Jay. I'm gonna link this to you.
All right,
this
let me
is
see
Emma Watson deepfake. This one is.
I think the only proper way to punish Phil DeFranco is to have his wife made into a deepfake. I'm just saying.
Okay, no,
it's got to happen. It has got to happen.
I'm sticking by my. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. I'm sticking by my original theory that he's secretly promoting deepfakes, and that this was his way to make it more mainstream.
That's too secret. That man don't think that far ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna delete that afterwards. I didn't know it was going to bring up a whole fucking video preview and shit.
Hold up.
So.
Whoa. Hello. Let me go ahead and.
Can I get a link to those websites?
Absolutely not. We can't do that. And this is a 60 FPS. Oh, does this have audio?
Yeah.
Oh,
probably.
It does have audio. It does have audio. Oh. If you guys can't tell,
but like that one's crazy.
It's a really good Emma Watson riding a dick right now.
Yeah, like I was first. I was like, wait, is this a deep fake? Like
this looks legitimate.
I'm getting better already as we speak.
I'm gonna save this.
You can't even see the like sort of like the parts where it separates or wears off.
Yeah, this guy must have trained his for hours. Like this
wow.
Hold on, let me mute this.
Actually. I know.
Wow, even when she flips her hair. Yo, are you sure this isn't real?
Her hand in the way and everything.
I think this is real, bro. This is the little. Oh no. Okay, if you look.
No, see, we can't say that because that's exactly the problem. Is that some people will think the shit is real, and then that's why people don't want it. So.
This is very, very interesting because you can kind of see it. You have to look real hard.
Another thing that I have noticed that is also helps is when you find somebody that almost looks just like them too, so that if it does wear off at a certain angle, it looks so much like them that it's hard to tell, you know?
Right.
So exactly. That's another thing. I also hate when like, so I haven't really sat down and tried to figure it out really, but I'm intending on, like, I've already compiled a playlist. Whenever I'm on Pornhub, I come across something that has the right angles, I'm like, okay, this is gonna add this to the playlist, you know, so that when I decided to use this, I'll have some source material. But I hate when like they have like tattoos or something, because then I feel like that sort of throws off the immersion. And then I also hate when, which I understand what's trying to be accomplished when this is done, but I also hate when there's like the boobs are too big. Like they just don't match.
Oh yeah, they're just not proportionate at all.
Like I saw a lot for Amelia Clark where her tits were huge, and I'm like, that's not what. No, her tits don't look like.
I mean, I wasn't complaining.
In real life,
I wasn't complaining at all.
I mean, it's nice, but like, I mean, but I feel like if you're going to do that, then the facial mapping has to be sold twice as hard to compensate for other things not being consistent. So
I definitely agree with that. So, but anyway, jumping off of that, so let's go ahead and talk about it. I haven't seen the episode yet, but Dragon Ball Super, that had a pretty monumental
so it's funny
episode
too because I never know how people really. I mean, like, cause see, I've started to notice that the way I typically feel about an episode is almost never really like consistent with how the majority of other people think, because like the way that I look at it, like, so a lot of people didn't like this episode, but the way that I look at it, my investment in Dragon Ball Super being like a well-written show went out the window a long time ago. I don't know who it is that's still expecting that. I don't know why they're expecting it. Like, I don't know where that motivation comes from. But like when Jiren's backstory was like basically just Sasuke's. So you haven't watched the episode, Jay, but that's what happened.
Nah, but you can tell me. It's not. I'm gonna pretend like I saw it.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't really want to watch Dragon Ball Super for anybody, my live reaction like covers everything, all the main points in 5 minutes. So,
what are you talking about? That's a 10-minute video. We get mid-roll ads, sir. Excuse me.
You must not have watched one of my videos in a while to realize that the other half is just me talking bullshit to make the video long enough to add.
Like I said, it's a 10-minute video, sir.
So content you can watch the first 5 minutes, get the live reaction. Yeah, you can watch the first 5 minutes to get the live reaction part out of the way, and then that's fine. And then I just kind of discuss the episode and go through the different parts.
So can I hit the timeout button for a second here, because I'm seeing I saw a Twitter clip of it. I saw a couple of people talking about it. Thank you for the sub, Brian. Android 17. So he just got murdered?
No, he self-destructed.
So yeah, so the what they said was that he self-destructed, and now this actually bothers me that this hasn't happened yet, but I feel like slowly but surely, I mean, I'm not surprised because I stated this, that I'm always right, but I'm just constantly, more evidence just constantly comes out to support my claim. So I'm saying that Android 17 isn't dead because they didn't click the button, when they disqualify somebody. They didn't do that. And like, they didn't show any body. They didn't actually show, like, people were saying, oh, Heavenly, he's a robot, so if he blows up, you're not going to see any body parts. First of all, I mean, I didn't expect to see any body parts anyways, but first of all, he's not a machine. He's a cyborg, so he has mechanical parts.
So if anything, it'll be like gross 75%, guts all over the place. Like, yeah, it'll be guts all over the place. So
yeah, but that's not what I was saying. I wasn't expecting them to show guts. What I was saying is that they didn't even show him self-destruct. Like it's like, it's almost as though all the other people who criticize my opinions have not watched Dragon Ball or something. Like, have you not seen every other death in Dragon Ball history? They always show their bodies get destroyed. Like, you stopped watching for the plot after the Cell games? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they show when Cell gets hit by Gohan's Kamehameha, they show like he's getting destroyed. Frieza, they show Trunks slice him into pieces, for God's sakes. And when Boo got destroyed, like, they showed his body dissipate. We didn't see any of that for Android 17. We didn't see any of that. And especially since this isn't the first time.
Oh, we even saw it for Zamasu, too.
Yeah, for Zamasu.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, cut in half and shit. So.
Especially since this wasn't the first time where the angel declared that somebody was dead but was wrong. Because that's what they said about Goku, when in actuality, he was still alive. He was just, I don't know where he went, in a black hole or something, whatever. But he ended up coming back. So that there's clearly, like, they're not omnipotent, these angels. When they say that someone's dead, they don't know. They're just making an assumption. And there might have been other times, too, that I can't think off the top of my head, but they've misfired in terms of predicting somebody was dead a few times. So this wouldn't be the first time. So you shouldn't just be like, well, the angel says he's dead, so that means he's dead. Because the angel clearly doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about half the time anyways. So I'm saying he's still alive. And then the other thing that supports my claim of always being right was how I'm saying that Dragon Ball Super is not ending. It's gonna.
Oh, I didn't think that was a real thing. I thought that was just a big meme that was going around.
Yeah, that's why I felt the need to make a video telling people it wasn't going to end, because I thought it was common sense, but nobody else went into. Well, no, there's a lot of people that agree with me. Let me not discredit the people that agree with me, because there's a lot of people that agree with me. But so I'm mainly just talking to the people who disagree. So and just because I've watched a lot of anime, I know how these things go. So they made a. I mean, if it's another, someone said that it was a cop out for me to say that if Dragon Ball Super comes back with another name, then that's still what I'm talking about. Like, you clearly specified Dragon Ball Super. If Dragon Ball Super comes back, Dragon Ball Super Hyper, that's still Dragon Ball Super. Like, I don't give a fuck what anybody. It's still the same universe. for one. So let's not even talk about that. But like when they did Jiren's backstory, they basically did the Sasuke shit where they're like, oh, an evildoer killed Jiren's parents and they killed his entire clan, and then they didn't show what the evildoer looked like. They didn't show who this evildoer looked like, and they didn't state that Jiren defeated him. And they kind of implied that Jiren
was Goku.
I know, right?
Goku Black. it was Green Tornado Goku Black. That's what it was.
Yeah. It kind of looks the same too.
It's a villain.
That would be an interesting plot twist. It was Goku Black.
And
then Jiren's like, I must. And now Jiren, that's why Jiren hates Goku so much.
That explains it. He's just like, I'm just gonna kick you in the dick, bro. I'm sorry.
No, in actuality, I don't think that's the case. But so they didn't show who this guy is. And they didn't state that Jiren defeated him. So that, in my eyes, that confirms.
What's up, Anubis?
New villain later on in the series. The guy who killed Jiren's family and his clan is still amok and is stronger than Jiren. So there's still people out there stronger than Jiren that we're going to show. They're going to show later. I feel like that all but confirms it right there. That they.
So
I mean,
what I want to know is why
they don't. Dragon Ball Z doesn't just show you stuff and then not capitalize on it later.
What I want to know is why, if there was a villain that was so fucking powerful that obviously Jiren had to have been what he was like a kid, right? So he wasn't that powerful. Yeah, so I wonder if the dude that murders his parents, the guy who killed Uncle Ben is still around. Okay, why didn't we bring him to the Tournament of Power? I'm just saying. And
but then also another thing to take into consideration, which I guess I would assume that the person that killed his parents were from the same universe. That would be weird. But Jiren is actually not from one of the strongest universes. A lot of people, they missed out on this information and they were confused. Why are there still gods of destruction in the stands when there's only 2 universes remaining? But there's a few universes that aren't participating in the tournament because they're too powerful and they don't qualify. They're the only universes that are fighting are the ones that are in danger of being erased. Xeno was going to erase all of them at first, but now it's only going to be all but the one that survives. So Jiren is not by any means anywhere close to being the strongest warrior in all the universes. He's just the strongest of the weakest universes. That's what he actually is.
Right. He's got the biggest little dick, basically.
Yeah, the biggest little dick.
Yeah.
So when people are saying, "Man, how can you continue the series after this tournament?" Because Jiren is already on the level of a god of destruction, and once they've gotten strong enough to beat him, then no one else is stronger. I'm like, and this is why I'm saying this show is not going to end on this. Why would they just end on not showing these other universes with people stronger than Jiren, not going into more detail and more storytelling with all these gods of destruction? There's just too much stuff that they haven't told a story about, and Dragon Ball never does that. They tell all their stories. They don't introduce storylines to, especially now
it's
that
not Game of Thrones, nigga. Come on, like
like some people are giving the show way too much credit. Like so I started this today. I'm gonna make a folder.
Jiren's backstory is drier than KFC biscuits. Yo, these niggas in my chat is wild.
And the fact that nigga's head just was the same size,
it's still the
all the way up
same
until
size, big ass eyes.
I mean,
this man looked like a bobblehead. Like, oh my god.
Gotta keep it consistent, man. Gotta keep it consistent.
Yeah, I'm compiling all the footage of me saying that Dragon Ball Super is coming back, so that when it does, I would just have a montage of me just like going on a victory lap, like, I told you so, I told you so. Like, that'll be fun. I can't wait till that.
Well,
and, so.
it'll also be really interesting if it does get canceled and doesn't come back.
I mean, if it does get canceled, I will admit defeat, because
that would be.
You know what? If that ends up being the case, I earn that defeat. But however, and also people will say this is a cop out, which if you want to consider this a cop out, that's fine too. Whatever, I don't give a shit. It's my opinion. I stand by it. If Dragon Ball Super doesn't come back, that is really retarded from a business standpoint, because we've already discussed how much money Dragon Ball Super makes. So nobody down there has rational minds in that case, which I highly think that is the case, because Dragon Ball Super, its existence in and of itself confirms that this company is all about the cash grab. So to think that they would cancel Dragon Ball Super,
and I know they're taking a break. Basically, it's like, use your fucking common sense. They're taking a break so that way they can animate this movie or whatever.
This is the same studio, by the way. The people that make Dragon Ball Super, Toei Animation, this is the same studio that is on what, episode 800 something of One Piece. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Dragon Ball Super is not ending ever, okay? That shit is going on forever.
800. What is it actually?
I don't know how many manga chapters it has. I think it has like 1100.
Yeah, it's something ridiculous.
That's a lot of fucking pictures, bro. There's a lot of ways
let me confirm and clarify that there's a lot of people that do agree with me. So I shouldn't be talking like I'm the only sane person left on the planet. But it's just that the fact that, and I guess no matter what, that's why like even with politics, you know, there's different parties, but like
a gay Power Ranger.
So no matter how much evidence stacks against I compile to support my opinion, there's still gonna be people who disagree with me. So I just have to accept that and just be patient and wait till it comes back so I can just laugh in their faces. So that's just what I'm gonna do.
You know, it'll be over when it's over. I'll probably be dead before then. So, you know, I'll be talking to my great grandkids about this shit through a hologram, because as a deep fake hologram, that's what it'll be. It's like, oh, great Grandpa Jay, like, where are you doing visiting? Oh, just visiting you from the afterworld, because we figured out that people don't die. Okay, we just go to another universe.
I know. Hey. The next technological advancement will be, and I think this was actually a movie, Netflix thing that just came out, Altered Carbon or something, where they like upload people's consciousness.
Yeah,
onto,
that's gonna be what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna tell them the original story of Dragon Ball. It's like, oh, you mean Dragon Ball Super season 60? Like
Dragon Ball, little tiny Goku.
Yeah, I remember when Goku was a kid.
Though, if a digital version of myself gets uploaded onto a flash drive. Can I can essentially clone myself then? Like, what if they implanted that information into somebody else while I'm still alive?
Have you ever seen iRobot?
Well, iRobot doesn't really. I was thinking more like The Prestige.
But have you ever seen iRobot?
Yeah, I've seen iRobot.
Okay, so now take that idea, and imagine you had hundreds of robots already that exist, right? And you could take your flash drive and upload it to the mother computer, and it's like now it's the motherfucking heavenly computer. So then you just distribute to all the robots. There you go.
No, listen, I've watched enough Black Mirror episodes.
Or you could wait until the sex dolls get really good, and then download your conscience into one of those. Yo, I didn't even think of that.
I don't want my consciousness in a sex bot, nigga. What?
I want my consciousness in a sex bot. I'm single. I'm good.
Like,
shit.
Oh, let's get a celebrity or something. Let's get somebody. And implant their fucking shit into.
So I wonder if any celebrities have been. I'm sure it has. Because porn stars have been approached. I wonder if any celebrity has been like been approached by one of these sex doll companies, and they're just like, hey, can we make a likeness of you to sell for our product or whatever?
I mean, also you can do like like when they made that Scarlett Johansson robot, which wasn't a sex bot, but. You can
make anything a sex bot. Shit.
Maybe it was a sex bot. I don't remember.
Man, my toaster looking delicious right now.
You can just make a sex bot look a lot like somebody and be like, that's not them. Like, but I don't know. I feel like if nobody would do that just because I feel like the public wouldn't associate with them or wouldn't deem that
shit, man.
I don't know, whatever. I feel like only maybe the Kardashians might try something like that because they just don't give a shit. So,
yo, I believe that. I definitely believe that. But yo, if I could afford me one of them sex bots, bro, I would take that bitch everywhere. I use her for carpool, take her out to dinner, I would take her to go see Black Panther, considering now I have to go see this movie by myself. So, you know, I bought 2 goddamn tickets, and goddamn it, somebody going with me. So, I'm gonna take my sex bot, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a literal.
I don't know. I thought about it, and
fucking great movie.
It wouldn't cost that. It wouldn't cost that much, but like obviously, if someone gave me a sex bot, I would accept it with open arms.
I'm not declining at any way. It's like, I know this is a little weird, but here's a sex bot. No, it's not that weird. Come on, I'll take it. I got room.
I can't see I mean, maybe if technology advances further, but the way that the sex bots are now, while they look very, very authentic, I can't see myself like buying one of those. I gave it.
Are you looking at your bed like okay, so face down, ass up? After the podcast, you just
trying to imagine. Okay, if it's there.
Just like, how much room would I have to store this thing? Do I want to sleep with it after I bust? Like, is this something that I just want to roll over and be like, all right, good night, baby? Like she gonna say something back to me or something like? And then
that's still weird.
Then next thing you know, they're gonna integrate Siri and Alexa into these bots, and then next thing you know, it's gonna be like, Siri, turn the pussy vibrator on.
just the thought of me just sticking my dick in
Siri,
a fucking
Alexa,
doll
dim the lights.
To me, I don't know.
Put on the music.
It's still kind of strange. I'm not averse to the idea, but I'm not trying to I don't know. That's still kind of.
I actually want one. But I legitimately
I'm down
want
for the innovation though. Keep building. Keep until we got some fucking beyond Detroit fucking
Beyond Detroit 2 human type shit. Yeah.
Yeah, some Deus Ex Machina robots and shit. Like once you're at that level, I am down, bro. I am pre-ordering.
Do the sex bots moan and they suck your dick without moving them? Yes, they do. There's the pump ones that have like suction in them, so those exist. Those are suction. Oh listen. I've done the fucking research. Okay, don't call me out on this. I've done the research. And can the sex bots moan? You can always put on a porno in the background. I'm just saying. And with some Pornhub Select and Pornhub Premium, and not even just Pornhub Premium, I think they have the VR thing set up where you literally put on VR glasses, you get yourself a pocket pussy, and then as like the girl is bouncing up and down on this dude's dick, the male vibrator, it just, bro, I'm telling you, technology is going in such a good direction. I love it. I'm absolutely down with it. I need Pornhub to come out with a bundled deal with it where it's like a sex bot. No, I'm serious, where it's like a sex bot that does emulate the things that are going on in the video because they have the sync technology. So if you guys ever get a chance, please go to Pornhub, check that out. Their VR section is fucking phenomenal. I love it. I can't wait to get it.
I was thinking of Loki getting a headset just so I could, what's going on over here?
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, I'm trying to see as much as I can because honestly, ever since being forced to be single, bro, it is rough out here. It is disgusting. So you know that's not fun at all. The coochie is not as frequent as it used to be, and really, it's just goddamn like. Whew. Anyway, we getting way too personal on this podcast. So, anyway, so yeah, I don't think there's anything really wrong with the sex bots. I would want one if I could actually get one, if I could afford one. Like if I had some like really good AdSense money, I'd be like, you know what?
No, I'll probably never play Dokkan Battle as long as I live, unless somebody pays me to do it.
There you go. I mean, hey, you know, you might get a sponsor video.
I don't play Blazing anymore either. I just play Grand Order. Yeah, it's if Dokkan wants to sponsor me, I'll play their game. But other than that,
I mean, yeah, that's really kind of the best way to get into stuff, which I think is very interesting because I've seen a lot of people talk about, oh, I don't like it when YouTubers make sponsored videos and stuff like that, and I'm like, but you're still getting a fucking video. I don't understand. Like I've seen people
Like, in fact, H3H3 made an interesting topic about this in his Jordan Peterson podcast, where it's like, why are people so adverse to the idea of YouTubers making money? Like, they just all want them to be broke peasants. Like if you want to do a sponsor, or if you want to do a Patreon, and then it's just like, oh, sellout. Like, what do you mean sellout? It's not called selling out. It's called paying the bill so I can keep making videos. Like, what the
exactly.
fuck?
It's like, especially if you continuously come back to watch these videos. How do you expect? You just want me to make videos for free? How does that?
Like,
how does
I mean,
that fucking
once
work?
again, like that, I feel like most of the people on my channel are woke as fuck, and they don't have that mentality. But there are people with those mentalities, believe it or not, guys, that think that like, yeah, like, oh man, you shouldn't ask people for your money like every other corporation on the planet does. You should just rely on YouTube to give you AdSense until they eventually demonetize your video, and then you have to stop making videos and then go get a job at McDonald's flipping burgers. Yeah, that's apparently the glorious way. That's,
CJ says, I
yeah,
hate how it's weird for us dudes to get a sex toy, but girls can display dildo. Bro, first of all, that's not weird. Okay, the people around you make it weird. All right, don't you ever. First of all, you sir, king, my fellow king, know your fucking value and know your fucking worth. You can have as many sex toys as you want. Anyway, but going back to what we were actually talking about.
No, I would not move to Japan for sex bots. I wouldn't move to Japan for anything.
Hell like to yes, Japan, I would. Specifically for sex bots. Like, I don't have to pay to get there. First of all, I want to go to Japan. Second of all, yes, I want a sex bot. And number three, are you going to pay for lodging once I get there so that way I can continuously fuck this sex bot?
I'll go to Japan to fuck a sex bot as like a fucking exhibitor or some shit.
Matter of fact, make it a Logan Paul video. Yo, that'd be dope.
But I'm not trying to move to Japan for nothing though, because I like America. I don't like to stay here.
I'm trying to do a Logan Paul sponsored video where I go to Japan, black man in Japan.
My sister went to Japan and she was talking about how she couldn't get certain channels, she couldn't watch certain shit on Netflix. I'm not trying to do that.
That sounds horrible. I mean, but it's just Netflix. Exactly. You get a sex bot. I'm cool. I'm cool with the trade-off. If I had to get rid of Netflix, which I don't even pay for, I use my ex-girlfriend's account until she changes the password, I would definitely give that up for a sex bot. Absolutely. 100%. That's not even, no debate. No debate necessary. Excuse me. So, but what were we originally talking about? I can't remember. Shit. didn't
have
something
to do about anything.
Oh, sponsored videos. Okay, yeah, because I was watching a Sky Williams video the other day because I forgot that he uploads. And then it was a sponsored video, and people were really just going in on his comments. Like, oh, yeah, I don't really care for, you know, I hate these sponsored videos, this, that, and the other thing. It gets in the way of the content. And I'm like, nigga, how? You're still getting a video. Like, I just don't understand. And
yeah, or Michael So-So in the stream earlier. Oh man, I hate when people plug in their own videos. Like, what the fuck? Like,
it's my video.
That's like
why'd you click?
That's like you're watching TV. Like, oh man, I hate when these guys put on commercials. Which is like, just do what you do on commercials. Just change the channel. You don't gotta. You can
exactly.
Especially on YouTube, where it's like, boy, you can skip it. You can literally take your bar and pan across. At least we're not like TV where we force you to watch that shit. Like,
we should start forcing mid-roll ads in the podcast.
Just go watch something else or whatever. Mute it, do whatever. If it's a video, God forbid, like, yeah, you can skip it if that's what you're about, you know. But I mean, I would say that if you care about your creators and you support them, you want them to continue to make content because, like, honestly, and
you keep coming back for content, that's for sure.
Yeah, I was just talking about this, like how so even though I have 190,000 subscribers, I get more views than a lot of people with like millions of subs because of whether it be they just don't really get as many views because they don't understand how
this man said 190,000
SEO works,
and it hurt
or
my feelings.
So when I think about how much that I make compared to somebody with like 1 million subscribers, most YouTubers aren't really making as much as some people may think outside of sponsored content. The sponsored content, I feel like, is where the majority of it comes from. So most of these creators that are even able to sit and put in all the time and effort to make these videos are able to do it because of that. I remember this one YouTuber, McCreamy. He's an Overwatch like YouTuber. He made like these Overwatch like he was the one who made that like Terry Crews Doomfist video, you know, where he adds all the effects and weird shit and montage stuff and everything like that. He's one of those channels. And he was just talking about how like basically all of his videos got demonetized. So he was like, okay guys, I gotta start making sponsored videos. I don't really want to do that, but I have to because the stuff is getting cut or whatnot. But once again, and it's the same way with on my channel too. Like I have people all the time. Every other time I look at my thing, people are like, "Hey, donate to his Patreon." Like most of like the people that support me and people support a lot of creators. Like they want you to do sponsor stuff and have all that support and whatnot. I think it's just it's a very small minority. Which, you know what, I think that we should stop addressing that small minority because I feel like this small minority of haters get way too much attention. Because I feel like the majority of people in their right mind with common sense don't even think this way anyways. So the people that we're talking to aren't even a part of, at least I don't want those people a part of my fan base, so I shouldn't be addressing them like I care what they think. So I had a screwdriver somewhere. I can't find it.
Unfortunately, you know, that's just a situation that some of these people are just going to have to live with. I mean, you could not like it when somebody plugs their shit. You could not like it when somebody does sponsored videos or whatever. But, like, dude, we got to pay the bills somehow so that way you can keep getting all this content and shit like that. Because imagine if niggas was really out here only living off of AdSense, I don't think there would be a YouTube. Like, it would just be...
Yeah, like...
But I mean, you know, that's something that we discuss on my new show, taking place Monday through Friday every single day at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, being live streamed on youtube.com/JustJaySama. We talk about doing things for what I call the 3 C's. All right, Jacob, catch you later. If you're not doing it for cash, then you need to be doing it for clout. If you're not doing it for clout, then you got to do it for the culture. And so if it's not one of those 3 things, you probably shouldn't be fucking doing it. If it doesn't follow under those 3 things, it's like... what are you really doing? What are you really doing?
Yeah.
Honestly. So, and then there's different variations of that. Like some people be like, what if you do it for somebody you love, like your family member? Nigga, that falls under clout, okay? You want clout from your family members.
What if you do it for someone you love?
Yeah, that's literally what I got during last week's show. So it was hilarious, man. Like I like doing that show. But one final thing I wanted to touch up on was fuck, now I lost it talking about my show. I fucking lost it. It must not have been important. Whatever it was, who gives a shit?
Something about, you're talking about, sponsor plug, something, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, whatever it was, it probably wasn't important anyway, but I'm basically out of stuff to talk about until tomorrow. So, you know, then I gotta work on my new show and stuff like that. So, there's been like
we don't need this doesn't need to be long, especially since I'm trying to play Monster Hunter and edit this video, and we're gonna try to get back on schedule with the podcast. As Jay says, this will be the season 2, and I'll do the system that I do for where I'll just stream it and then I'll publish it on iTunes and Podbean and the Heavenly Kings channel.
There you
Especially
go.
since that channel's been sort of inactive since. So
all right. Well, with that being said, yeah, you guys can catch. If you guys want, you guys can go over to my channel, subscribe, you know, hit the like button, all that other good stuff. YouTube.com/JustJaySama. And that's pretty much it. I got
And even though I haven't made the video yet, you can go to dollarshaveclub.com/heavenly with my code and get a discount. You can do that before I even tell you to. So just
I'm actually interested in using Dollar Shave Club now that I think about it, because I was asking my friend about it because she got the promotion through Philip DeFranco, and she was saying, yeah, well, he plugs it all the time. I figured I might as well try it, and then, you know, me and my boyfriend just get 2 razors or whatever every month, and this, that, and the other thing. And I'm like, how much does that cost? And she's like, I don't know, I don't pay the bill. I'm like, bitch, what good are you then? Let me talk to him. Pass him the phone.
Especially since I just rehearsed this line several times. $5, only $5, with free
$5?
shipping, my nigga. Like, no, but like, they actually, it came with a lot of stuff though. Like, kind of see.
You don't have
and like it's supposed to be something that you get like recurring. Like you don't just buy one. Like you obviously like they give you like a full like stainless steel razor with a bunch of blades and stuff. And like at first, because I was using the shave butter to shave. That's why I got this sexy clean shave I have right now.
Yeah, that's
I was using it.
20 years younger.
I was using it and I was just like, man, this bottle, like I would go through this bottle after like 2 or 3 times. And I think that's the point, is that you're only supposed to use.
Oh, I'm seeing people in the chat. They want us to talk about Kingdom Hearts 3 and Logan Paul versus KSI.
Okay, I won't talk about the Logan Paul versus KSI because I don't give a shit about that. But
I'll talk about that. He'll talk about Kingdom Hearts because I don't give a shit.
Well, you can talk about that after I end my stream on yours because I'm not trying to talk about that shit. But the Kingdom Hearts 3 thing, one thing I do want to address about when I did my live reaction to the trailer, some people were saying like, oh, now since you did this to the raw trailer, because when I originally when I recorded the video, when I uploaded it was out and finished editing it hours later. But when I originally live reacted to it, it was the raw version was the only one that was out. And people were telling me, oh, Heavenly, now you got to live react to the English version and the subtitled version. First of all, since I played all the games, I kind of already knew what they were saying. So for some of you guys, this might just sound like gibberish to you, so just disregard. But like, there's this one scene where Vanitas is holding his Keyblade at the Sora, and he's just like, and you can see here, like, he's like, Japanese gibberish, Ventus-san. And so you clearly know that he's saying that Ventus's heart is inside of you. Oh, this is where you went. I need you to come back to me to become my complete self or whatever the fuck. So we already know that he's doing that. So I didn't need subtitles to tell me that. The one thing that the subtitles probably added that I didn't already know was from the second trailer where they had the English version of Utada Hikaru's new song, and Riku puts his Keyblade in the sand and he's saying, oh, I won't need this anymore. I guess I'll leave it for my other self. And people were like, oh, you should talk about that. Like, there's nothing to talk about. I feel like, well, maybe it is more elaborate, but I feel like people are reading way into it. The way that I see it, Riku's other self is Ansem. That's what I see, because he's always sort of referred to that he used to be in Ansem's body. I don't know why Ansem would need the Keyblade. Someone left this comment saying, "Oh, it's Riku from Dream Drop Distance." No, it's not. That doesn't make any sense. That was him. Like, it was just in a dream state. So that didn't make any sense.
I don't know what none of that.
I mean, his other self could be something else, but like, it's not that big a deal. Kingdom Hearts never makes any sense. They always are just saying bullshit, and then they just make it up as they go. So I don't try to fucking.
It's made by the same niggas who make Final Fantasies. So yeah.
Yeah, especially when they come out with new Kingdom Hearts games and then they retcon previous games. So you can't really say, oh, well, based on all the information that I've compiled from playing the games, it's not going to be consistent with that. So I feel like just reacting to the trailer in and of itself is fine. And also, and once again, this is very much a small minority, but you know, the negativity, it always just stands out. I would say like 3 or 4 people, Heavenly, I'm unsubscribing. You thought Big Hero 6 was Pixar? Nigga, bye. I don't give a fuck. I don't even watch Disney shit. I only like this. I'm a Kingdom Hearts fan. I'm not a Disney fan, so don't get that in your head, okay? I could give a shit. I don't care. So, and they all are animated the same. Just because I don't see the fucking hopping lamp logo at the beginning, I'm supposed to keep track of that shit like I care? Like, what the fuck type of fan do I look like to you? I don't care. Some of them are Pixar, some of them aren't, but they're all Disney. So it's like, who gives a shit? Like, as far as I'm concerned, they're all the same movie. So yeah, like Toy Story's Pixar, but Big Hero 6 is they all look the fucking same. They all animated the same. So I could give a shit.
I hope somebody doesn't set your house on fire, but okay. All right, that's cool.
Yeah, it's not Riku's replica either from Chain of Memories, because that guy is that shit is dead.
Well, I guess kind of final words, and then I'll go and talk about the KSI thing. You excited for the game?
Oh yeah, I've been excited for the game since 2006 or wherever the fuck 10 decades ago when Kingdom Hearts 2 came out. So, and I mean, and I said this about the game in like my live reaction. I've said this every time I talk about the games that it's not like Final Fantasy 15 where like it's a new game with a new engine, and so you're like, oh, I'm not sure if this game's gonna be good or not. Kingdom Hearts, all it has to do is build on a formula that already exists. Like, it literally just has to be, if the game is nothing but Kingdom Hearts 2 with a PS4 engine, it's an 11 out of 10. So like, they literally just have to not go backwards, which they're not. Like, in fact, I played the .2 Aqua shit, the Hollow Fragment thing. That is basically the Kingdom Hearts 3 gameplay, and it was fucking amazing. So this is one of those games where like I don't feel like I have to worry about whether it'll be good or not. And shit, it better be fucking good after waiting this long for it. It better be amazing. It better be the best game that I've ever fucking played. It better make my dick fall off when I insert the disc in my console. Yeah, right. And like, I mean, in the Final Fantasy VII remake, I hate to break this to you guys, but that game's not going to be as great as you think it is. I mean, it'll be dope to get that game, but Final Fantasy VII, I don't feel like Final Fantasy VII has ever been that good. I just feel like it's just more mainstream, and everybody makes whoop-de-doo about it. But it's not even like in my top 3 Final Fantasy games. So, I mean, listen, I like Final Fantasy VII. It was a good game. But it doesn't hold a candle to Kingdom Hearts. I'll tell you that right now. So, at least that's my opinion in my eyes. So, I just feel like a lot of
opinion.
I just feel like, yeah, well, not really. I feel like a lot of casuals who don't even play Final Fantasy are a fan of Final Fantasy VII, and the reason why Final Fantasy VII is their favorite is because it's the only one they've played. I'd like to see some of these people. Oh, Final Fantasy VII is the greatest. Go play Final Fantasy X. Go play Final Fantasy IX. Play fucking Dissidia, right, Jay? Then play come
Dissidia.
Yeah.
I can't say anything. 7 and 8 are my favorites, but okay.
I mean, I think 7 is an amazing game. I'm not saying that.
Just because I like all the characters.
There's other. I'm just saying that I've played more than half of the Final Fantasy games.
I mean, it's a combination of 7. 7 was dope. 8 used to be my favorite, and then Crisis Core, really Dirge of Cerberus, and there was one other game that came out, all within Final Fantasy 7.
I mean, Crisis Core had a dope story, but the gameplay was absolute garbage.
Oh, you played it for the gameplay?
No, I didn't play for the gameplay, but I played on the hardest difficulty, and I was irritated as how ridiculously hard it was.
You played it on the hardest difficulty, and you played it for the game, the gameplay.
I know. If I had known better, I would have gone back and played that game on normal. So
yeah, you're supposed to play the game on normal first, get the story, and just be like, yeah, this was pretty good. Then go back and fuck yourself with the hard mode. Like that's. You did it backwards, my friend. You did it backwards.
Final Fantasy 4 was really good too, actually. That was like the first, like one of the earlier ones that was actually had characters. They weren't just Warrior of Light and Thief. Like, you know, they were actual characters with names and.
I mean, you know what? That's cool. That's cool. We'll discuss that.
Have I seen the new Dragon Ball Super episode? You were on my channel where that video was uploaded today, and you were asking that. Okay.
He's also very late to the podcast. So other than that,
you still should know that though.
Yeah. other than that, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up.
As we mentioned before, the podcast is on iTunes and Podbean, so you guys could go get a head start from before this episode gets uploaded onto there.
There you go.
So, all right, Jay, you could close it out with whatever you were about to say.
Nothing, man. Hey, there's nothing wrong with getting lube tubes, male vibrators, sex bots. There's nothing wrong with any of this stuff, guys. I swear to you, like, it's only something wrong with you if your mom finds it, and that's it. That's all I gotta say. You know.
There you go. Then, if your mom finds it, whose is that? I didn't find that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Throw that in my room. I don't know.
Exactly. So
what
you know,
conspiracy this is?
Honestly,
I would never.
Honestly, I would definitely 100%, without shadow of a doubt, buy several sex bots. I'm just saying, I would want a bunch of them. So you know,
yeah. I mean, you're trying to have a threesome with 2 different bots, aren't you?
I'm not going to deny this. I'm not going to deny this, but yeah. It's a possibility. But yeah, that's going to be it for this week's podcast, guys. I'm going to stay on mine so I can talk about the KSI thing, answer comments and questions and stuff. And you guys can also jump into my Discord and submit things for this week's shows. We're going to be talking about some Cardi B stuff. We're going to be talking about Black Panther, which actually will be... Black Panther comes out on Friday, right? Thursday?
Oh, this week?
Yeah, should be. I don't have a calendar set up yet.
Oh yeah, it does. Wow.
Okay, so we might, depending on what day I go see Black.
Saturday, so.
Yeah, well, depending on what day, because I'm supposed to take my brothers, for my youngest brother's birthday. He's turning 22, I think. So I decided I'm gonna take both of my brothers to go see it. So the podcast might actually be on Monday if we can push it back, because that's what day I'm gonna go see the movie. So, But yeah,
yeah. So we'll talk about Black Panther on the next episode of the podcast.
Yeah, on the next.
Well, I stream
podcast.
again. I might just late stream Monster Hunter right now, because I'm just gonna try to edit this video as fast as possible. Because
you're not gonna finish that video. Today, but I already know you're not gonna finish that.
Well, listen, I'm nocturnal, so I'm not sleeping. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah. So if you guys are opposed to sleep, you can hop on the stream that will come up later. So.
There you go.
All right.
So anyway, back to the KSI Jake Paul thing. That's what I'm gonna talk about.
Stream, guys. I'll be back later. Okay?
Bye bye. So for the people that are still in my stream, what's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Also, I'm going to the Discord, so
yes,
that's
you please do that so I can close this. There we go. All right. For the, I'd have to say regarding Jake Paul. First of all, I think both of the Pauls are just doing stupid shit, ridiculously stupid shit.
It's your boy Lucid.
I don't think he wants the hands from KSI. I don't think he wants the hands at all. Cause he been talking mad shit over Twitter, but then KSI exposed him. What was it, yesterday on Twitter, where it was just like, oh, who's this PSI guy people are talking about? I've never heard of him before. This, that, and the other thing.
Closed Hangouts, the Emma Watson porn showed up on OBS. Good thing
that anyway, so he was talking about how irrelevant KSI was, and then KSI put up a screenshot. Nigga, you follow me on Twitter. like that shit was just fucking hilarious. But yeah, he don't want no smoke. What's up, Kiggy? What's going on? Thank you for the follow, you guys. Thank you for the subs. But real, Jake and Logan, man, those guys are just doing some otherworldly shit that I just don't particularly appreciate at all in any way, shape, or form. But both of those niggas can eat a dick. They can sit on a dick and spin. So, hey, so this girl I've been dating for about 2 to 3 years is making out with this other guy. I later found out they had. Whoa, sir, this is a soap opera that you are presenting.
Hold
on, there we go. So that way I can get this part done, and then we'll hop back into the Discord. Let's see. I later found out the day had sex. She's been saying that she's sorry and she misses me. Kick that broad to the curb, bro. You gotta kick her to the curb, man. Listen, let me tell you. I just got out of a situation like that. Don't know your worth, King. Know your fucking worth. All right. That's the best you can do. Know your fucking worth, cause that's usually what you gotta do. Is success is the best revenge. You know what you gotta do? You gotta go out. You gotta buy a new car. Okay, you got to get a new nice haircut. Then you got to go find another girl. And maybe not that last part, because I'm celibate now. All right, I'm sticking to it. I'm sticking to it this time. I promise. I lied last time because it just... Anyway, so yeah, she wildin', bro. She wildin'. You can't trust a girl like that. But if you've been dating her for 2 to 3 years, I mean, the thing is, bro, you can't trust her now. You can't. You just simply cannot. Trust cannot exist now, because if she didn't did it once, she gonna do it again, okay? And girls usually cheat out of emotion because there's something missing inside, okay? Mine, she decided to up and do whatever the fuck she wanted to do because she wasn't feeling validated or what. There was like 9 different reasons, so we won't go into that because I don't want to disrespect her like that. That'll be a little fucked up. Maybe one day when she and I get a little better, in a better situation, maybe we'll have her on a podcast and we'll talk about that. But I don't think she'll ever open up about that stuff. But we'll see. The former Mrs. Sama, she just not having it. So Jake Paul is a pussy, to be honest. Oh man, you know what? Like I said, he don't want no smoke. He don't want them KSI hands. So I honestly think the YouTube boxing thing is a good idea, because I remember last year for a podcast, me and Heavenly were talking about that, how there needs to be a YouTuber kind of boxing thing, because there used to be celebrity boxing. That used to be a thing. Then there also used to be they have all these reality shows and stuff like that. It would make for good YouTube Red content. I mean, honestly, I would subscribe to YouTube Red if they had YouTube boxing, bro. My buddy Reckless Fox in the chat, man, he remembers. He and I were talking about it last year. What's good, Abdi? What's going on? Would you kiss a girl after she sucked your dick? Absolutely. She's got to tongue kiss me, bro. That's my dick. Belongs to me. The fuck? I'd French kiss my own dick if I could. Okay? I mean, not saying that I can. I'm saying it's not physically something that you should do. Like if I could admit to it out loud, like hell yeah. Because imagine, who would suck your dick better than you? Think about that for a while. Let's see. I will pay top money to watch KSI whoop Logan's ass. I agree. Is Heavenly still on? Yes, he is, but he's editing this video right now. So, bro, I would fucking box PewDiePie. I would not box PewDiePie. There's, I mean, obviously at 58 million, 60 million subscribers, hell yes, absolutely. But just on a sheer standpoint of if I like the guy, no. I would want to. Rice Gum can get the hands. Both the Paul brothers can get the hands. Philip DeFranco can get the hands now. He's definitely got to get the hands. What's up, JJ Tyrell? Thank you for the sub. KSI would beat the shit out of the Cheeto finger licking Donald Trump looking motherfucker. I could not agree more, Fox. I could not agree more, man. Oh shit, I just realized there's 2 different Foxes in my chats. What's up, guys? So anyway, what did Philly D do? Philly D's a fucking, man, that guy's on some otherworldly shit, man. That guy's on some otherworldly shit. We'll talk about it tomorrow in the Daily Show. So, would you box Double 4 anime? Yeah. Him and For Neverworld at the same time, bro. At the same fucking time. See, this is why we got sex box. We don't need no bitch sending us to the store for tampons and telling us to wash the dishes. Listen, bro, you're barking up the wrong tree on that one, sir. I would give both of my legs to have my ex-girlfriend tell me go pick up some tampons for her again, okay? Wash my dishes and shit like that, bro, because when you're in love with somebody, it doesn't matter how angry you get, it doesn't matter what the situation is, man, there's no amount of sex bots that could replace her. So, you know, but that's some personal shit that we're not gonna get into today because it's the Heavenly Kings podcast. So I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Yeah, if you guys want, what you can do is in the link, if you guys are watching on YouTube, I just replaced the link so you guys can go to the Discord down there. It'll take you straight to the Discord. You guys can sign in. If you don't have a Discord account, you can get one real quick. It's free, it's whatever. And you guys can participate in the community. And there's a submissions tab. So what you guys can do is if you guys find something cool online or something that you really want talked about or something that you want to partake in a conversation, you can actually submit into that section there, and then we'll talk about it. So, you know, it's not really so much like, oh, tell me you guys' opinions and stuff like that. It's kind of just, think of it as like a daily radio show. So most people, you guys, you know, there's a bunch of stuff that we're talking about all the time. Tomorrow we're actually talking about some Harvey Weinstein shit. We're talking about when is it okay to cheat on your girl? That's another thing that we're talking about. Let's see. Just subbed. Hey, thank you, Flex. Good looking out. Did she lick your asshole or something? Listen, there's nothing wrong with having your asshole licked, okay? There's absolutely nothing wrong about that. That's going to be on Tuesday's show, so we're going to be talking about that. There's a bunch of stuff that we're probably going to talk about tomorrow because there's some comic book stuff. We're supposed to be talking about Venom. I recorded that last week, but I didn't upload it on Friday. So we'll probably just do it live. We're going to talk about the Venom trailer. We're going to talk about the Cable and Deadpool trailer. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about some hip-hop stuff. We're going to talk about the Tony Rock and Faison Love interview. If you guys don't know who Tony Rock is, that's Chris Rock's younger brother? Older brother? Anyway, that's one of his brothers because there's 3 of them. Or I think there's 4. So we're going to talk about that. And Faison Love is Big Worm from Friday. He actually had some very interesting things to say about Dave Chappelle, saying that he's one of the wackest comedians out there or something like that. So, you know what? That's going to be something very interesting to talk about because everybody has different points of view on that. I personally love Dave Chappelle. He is one of my favorite comedians. So for Faison to say that Dave Chappelle is whack, I'm like, yo, I'm not necessarily cool with that. When are you going to play Monster Hunter? When somebody buys it for me, because I'm not interested in that game at all. So, you know, like I said, if you guys see any trailers or anything online that you want me to talk about, you guys can go ahead and submit that, and then we'll have a conversation about it every single day at 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. We're going to be live streaming it, and then after episode 3 or 4, when they're all archived, it's only about a 30 to 40 minute show, and then during the last 10 minutes we answer comments and stuff like that. Like, I'm really trying to get this daily grind, because as you guys know, I've gone back into acting and stuff like that. Actually, tomorrow might be a difficult day because I have an audition to go to, so I need to check and see if it'll fit in the time schedule. If not, what we'll do is I'll record it ahead of time and then just upload it at 2 o'clock, and then you guys can watch that. But what I'll probably do is only make it available to people who are in the Discord. So if you're in my Discord, you will get the link to that. You will see tomorrow's video. And then there's Dragon Ball Super stuff. There's just all sorts of stuff. So, you know, it'll be dope. But thank you guys for coming out. I'm actually going to go and talk with my homies about some personal stuff. By the way, how is the acting going? I actually just booked a new play last week. Well, I didn't book it. I was already part of this other one that got canceled, so then all they did was just move. So, you know, I just moved into a different position. And so now I have an audition for this movie role tomorrow. And I got one where I'm a background extra and I have like 3 lines or whatever. So it's a paid gig, which I love paid gigs. But we're really just trying to move it for the culture, guys. For the culture, because there's a lot of people out there who want to do the things that I do, and I'd rather try and figure it out and then give you guys the answer. So if you guys are looking into acting, voice acting, directing, producing, and stuff like that. Oh, and tomorrow we're also talking about why video game movies and why superhero movies are shit. Like, why a lot of them are shit. So those are the 3 topics that we're going to talk about, and then we'll probably talk about some sex bot stuff. You guys know, the usual sex bot fuckery. So you guys can check that out. There's a link down in the description. You guys can go and check that out. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Hopefully you guys show up. If not, thank you guys so much for coming out. I appreciate all the new subs, every single one of you guys. And a very big special thank you to everybody that's already in the Discord or joining the Discord today, or part of the Patreon, or any of the other stuff. Thank you guys so much. I wouldn't be able to make these moves without you guys. I wouldn't be able to make the impact that I make without you guys. And I also just would not have the drive to do it without you guys. So I want to thank you guys very much for that. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Make sure to keep it canon.